Mastering music, mastering music. Welcome to Master in Music, the podcast. I am Petronella Torin and I hope that you are doing amazing. I am so excited to share with you this meeting in this podcast. Is an amazing meeting with an amazing person, Attila Pasztor, who is a multi-talented musician who plays the cello like a powerful ancient god. He composes music. He is also working together with violin makers to develop the instruments, and at the same time, he's a product manager of the Thomastik Strings in Austria, Vienna. He is classical educated in cello playing by, amongst other, Daniel Schafran. Attila plays on a beautiful, amazing instrument by Carlo Giuseppe Testore from 1697. He has done and won a lot of competitions. For example, the Vienna Philharmonic Award, first prize in the International Chamber Music Festival in Austria, first prize in the international competition in Liezen, first prize in the Bayreuth International Music Competition. He also went to the semifinals in the famous Tchaikovsky competition. But that year, the jury couldn't decide who would win. They couldn't decide it, so yeah, it was cancelled. But Attila works all over the world as a soloist with his cello, but he has his base in Austria, Vienna, and he takes care of the production of the amazing Thomastik Strings, of course. He plays all kinds of music and all kinds of genres. He plays classical music, he plays jazz, folk music, pop music even. He is very, very, very excited about sound. He loves sound and he loves different kind of sound and he loves investigating sound. So he is, very passionate about sounds, as a string development should be. And he's really good at picking out really good strings for you, because he picked out some amazing strings for me during the years. So I'm very, very happy about that, because he makes my cello sing like a bird. Anyway, when you see Attila, he is very tall, he's very muscular, and he could pretty much work as a bodyguard, because he's very fit. But he is not a scary bear, as he can look at. He is actually very, very, very friendly and has like a teddy bear personality. He's so lovely, so warm, and so interested in people, and really, really good at his job. So yeah, if you ever have the pleasure to meet him, I recommend you to talk to him. He has a lot to offer and is amazing, friendly, and super great. So in this episode, we are going to talk about string production, of course, and we are going to talk about cello playing, about teaching, and mentality. So let's listen first to Attila Pasztor playing with a jazz trio with Franz Kogleman, Aria Cari, and it's from a CD called Good Luck that they made, and this particular song is called Blues all'Alba. Enjoy.
Oh
Welcome to Mastering Music.
Hello.
Attila Pasztor, is it right?
Yes, it's
yes.
Right. Ah, perfect.
You know, Pasztor is actually a priest in Swedish.
Oh.
That's how I remember it. I was like, oh, Pastor. Oh, it's a but maybe you're more religious in the cello religion.
I think so, because it's a conflict my name, because Attila is very like a fighter, from the history,
cool.
and then Pastor the opposite.
Yeah, and you look very fit. You have a very fit body. Like you train a lot.
I train a little bit. Yes. I need it.
It's good
to come down.
Is that one trick to be a good cellist, to be fit in your body?
I don't know. It's everybody needs something different, and of course to do sports is good, but you will not be a better artist when you do sports. It's still a mental thing, and of course when you are playing solistic, it helps you a little bit more to have a maybe bigger sound when you have a good technique. Still, you need a good technique, but it's a better feeling.
Yeah, of course, and you will live longer.
I don't know.
we hope so. So you are a multi-talent, I would say, because you are a musician and you are also like helping people building instruments, and you are an expert in strings. In the Thomastik Strings, especially.
Actually, I'm product manager. So I'm working with the technique. I'm helping developing strings. I trying them. I'm giving hints. I'm going around working with musicians, looking for information, what they like, which sound they like, what strings enable a better playing, a better feeling during playing. So it's a kind of research on the one hand. On the other hand, I am also learning about the taste. I'm also more sensitive about the quality of the sound, and it helps me also in playing. I'm much more finer when I'm looking for a special color. I'm looking at it when I'm helping developing the strings, and I'm looking at it in one string if I find some more colorful sound or a brighter sound. And for me, it's a sign of quality when the strings can do what I expect. And when I play normal, I also expect it. So sometimes it's a good thing also for a musician to work as a product manager, because it's an experience, special experience.
And a little bit luxury maybe. So if you are searching for something specific in the string, you can like make it.
Yes, of course. But I'm not doing the strings. I'm helping to develop. I'm giving the ideas, the directions in which it's necessary to go. So it's very interesting. So
if you hear a cello, let's say I bring my cello to you and I play for you. So what do you listen for in a cello? Like when you choose a string for them, like what do you listen for?
With experience, I start to listen different, because when you are a normal musician, you have your ideal, your sound ideal, and you expect this sound and you feel, okay, this is what I want to hear. But after time, especially when you're not only playing classical music, and you heard I'm doing also some jazz improvisation, I'm doing other things, a lot of contemporary music. I have a different approach to sound colors and to sound quality. It's not about that I know more about it. I am more sensitive, I expect more from a sound than maybe a normal cellist. And when I listen to you, I try to understand what you want to tell me with your playing. And I listen to the colors you wanted to produce, to play. And then I thought, okay, you need a little bit of more, mystical thing, the sound. On the lower strings, you need a more of resonance, but a special resonance, maybe with some very accurate attack, and this, because you have a very personal style. I love your playing, very much, I have to tell it. and the string also has to do this. It has to be very quick on every impulse from your hand. And then I thought, okay, when you're playing in this style, maybe it's a good idea to choose this string. In the end, the versum solo, I speak about this because it's a string I like very much. It's very, that's nice to hear. That's nice to hear. Thank you. It's very flexible. It's very adjustable. And it seems for me that every player sounds with these strings a little bit different because they are so sensitive to the speed, to the weight in playing, and they change immediately the character. Yeah. And I think, yes, it works on your instrument also very nice.
I like it because it makes my cello relax, sort of.
Yeah.
Because it releases all the tension.
Yes, it gives this feeling. It's generous in the sounds. Yeah, this the idea of versum solo to have not only power but this some generous character.
I thought like I would describe it like I had some interviews with the opera singer, and I would say like when I play with the like Thomastik strings, I feel like I'm a Wagner tenor. Like it feels like an heroic string, but you can also have this soft, intimate sound with them. Like I tried really to play soft, and then they had this like whispery sound, like I don't know, like I love chocolate, like it was like milk chocolate flavor.
Great to hear.
And I really like that. Of course, it's just an amateur's opinion, but that's why I like them on my cello. Also because I like this kind of deep. It feels like it's using all the resonance in the cello. But of course, it's different from every cello. I can only speak for my little cello, but I like it. I'm a fan, a big fan.
Great to hear.
Thank you. But what would you say is like? Is it the sensitivity, or what is it with the Thomastik strings that is like the best? Like, what is the superpower of the Thomastik strings?
You mean from our string section from the product Versum Solo?
They are handmade.
They are handmade, yes. This gives a very special quality, and the process of handmade string is giving different opportunities. On a machine, everything is standardized, but doing by hand, this is like doing some really art, and every string is really done by hand. Of course, the materials are prepared by machines, but in the end, it is really assembled by hand, and that enables different possibilities which are outstanding because you can do things which you cannot do by machine, and this gives a very special quality. And it's a very long process to teach somebody to do a string. It's very complicated. So
if I want to know a little bit about how to treat your strings good, what would you say, like how often do you need to clean them? Because sometimes it can help to clean them a little bit.
It depends. Normally it's enough when you do after the playing with a soft cloth, some rubbing, but very soft rubbing to get the dust off. Our strings especially are very resistant to odoring process. Still, a lot of humidity is not so good when somebody is sweating. Of course, this is not so perfect for the string. When dirt is coming, you can clean it with some string oil or very light oil, camelin oil for knives. You can use this also for strings. Of course, maybe not in the place where you're playing. You have to rub it maybe a little bit with alcohol, but not too much because the alcohol can go inside the string, inside the layers.
Just a little.
Just a little, but it's not necessary to clean it regularly with this. The strings are very durable. Yes, maybe half a year or a few months. You can think about cleaning it.
When they are dirty.
So when they're dirty or feel they are sticky, then you can put the oil, and it's really enough.
Oh, that's nice. And how often do you recommend to change strings?
Actually, our strings keep the quality very long time. So the lower strings, you can play up to 5-6 months and they keep it. Of course, when you are solist and playing very strong, okay, it's getting shorter. It depends what you play and how you play. And for the upper strings, they keep the quality really long time. So this shiny and open character and the singing character is kept for many months. Yeah. And after a time, you feel the sound is getting a little bit more distance. Yeah, so it's losing a little bit of this power. Oh, okay. So then you see, okay, slowly I should think about changing the string. Oh. So professionals change after a few months the upper strings. So 3 months, 4 months. But before this, it's not really necessary. Yeah. If somebody's playing 8 hours a day and playing everyday concert, then of course he's more sensitive also to the changes in the quality, and he can change it more. But
if I'm like thinking about changing strings, I should listen for how the strings sound, if they are present or if they sound far away. That's a good way of checking. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good tip. Yeah, I always amaze myself when I change strings. That, oh my God, why did I wait? Oh, I should have changed a long time ago. It's just such a difference. So maybe I'm changing not enough.
No, we are getting used to the sound and the small changes in the time. We don't realize them. We're getting used to the sound and we think, okay, it's somewhat my sound. But after a time, you see, oh, the response is getting worse. There's a third also a sign when the response is getting worse. When it's not so rich of overtones, then you see, oh, something is wrong. Or it's getting narrowed, especially A string when it starts to sound narrow. But the idea that it's getting more sound distance, this is really a sign the string should be changed. Yeah.
Okay, and now I'm going to talk a little bit because you're a cellist, a very good one. You played Koldali, very beautiful for me, everyone actually, the other day, not only me, but it was amazing. And I know that you did a lot of competitions. So do you have any tips when it comes to competitions? Like, what is the trick?
I don't know if there's any trick, but for sure competition is a very special situation. On the one hand, you should show your personality, artistic qualities. On the other hand, everything must be very perfect. Yeah, that's because competition, everybody is also looking to make a mistake, if it's in tune. There is a process of preparing for competition. Not easy to say in a few sentences how it's necessary to prepare. But of course, the people are forgetting that they have to practice a lot slow. But if they start to practice slow, they are forgetting that they have to do also music in a slow tempo. That means many people are practicing in a very calm, slow tempo, but they are just playing notes. They have no really speed in their playing. They have no really idea in the slow tempo. They have also the same, they need the same articulation, the same attack, development in sound they would do in the real tempo. The slow tempo enables us to listen to the sound, to the development of the sound. And in the slow tempo is very important, that's my experience, to be very, very soft with the hands. The cellists have the tendency to be very hard, and the more you are pressing during practicing, the less you will learn. Because just when you are really relaxed, your fingers are really relaxed, that doesn't mean that you are playing pianissimo. No, you have really to find different dynamics in practicing. But when you are using this relaxed situation, you will see where are the weak points. You will see where you need some more of control of your body, where you have to stabilize your wrist or your arm, and it will be much easier to prepare, and you will be much more secure.
So you should play slowly with the musical intention.
Yes.
Is that a good
Yes.
Yeah, good. It's a great tip. I think it's often we forget it, and also I have a problem. Like sometimes I play faster than I can think in the beginning, and that's not so good because then I do things that I didn't intend to. So yeah, it's good tips practicing. I also was thinking because it's very common that you get very nervous when you do competition. Do you have any tricks or any method maybe like putting a coin in your shoes or I don't know what you do?
Of course, you can have a talisman or something which you think it brings your energy and what you believe that is really happening. So when you believe something brings you luck and makes you more, your concentration better, then it does do this. It does have this effect. Yeah. So everything is happening mentally. So nervosity is coming because of unsecureness. And when you are concentrating on the nervosity, of course, you will get even more nervous. Yeah. still there is no real key to get rid of this problem. But for sure, the focus on the work, on the playing helps a lot. So to work with the music, to sit before in competition and have the music before and just imagine how the sound should be, how the music is floating. This helps a lot to keep this calmness, to be more calm, And when you go on stage, still your brain is in this imagination and it has not so much space for being nervous, It's much easier to control this then. This was my experience still.
Sometimes it happens, It's but it's good to focus on the music, because sometimes when you're nervous, you focus on personal stuff or like.
This is happening automatically. If I'm prepared, I'm insecure on this place, I'm insecure on this in this movement. Never think about special parts of the music. What I like to do when I teach, I always recommend my students that they should, before they're playing, don't just play long notes, long vibrato parts. Feel the instrument. Just feel how the sound is developing, and that helps a lot to be one, to have the idea of being one with the instrument, with the sound, and this helps also to come down, be more relaxed also, and you are also more in the hands, more free, more soft. And even when you are getting nervous, then the playing is much easier.
Yeah, of course. So you already took my next question was about teaching. But do you have any good advice for teaching? Like, I know that you are very nice when you teach, because you have this kind of always the musical intention in mind when you teach technique, which I like. Have any more tips like for teachers out there to handling students? Because it can be very hard with students.
Yes, I think I don't have tips for teachers, because teaching is such a personal thing, and everybody has a different approach, and everybody has a different picture of what he wants to achieve. And I can just speak for myself that, in my opinion, the most important is to pass to the student the feeling how he can work, what possibilities he has, because he can play louder, he can play slower, he can do many things, but this information when I pass him, play here faster because it's necessary to play faster, doesn't really help him when he has no attitude to the possibilities. What happens if I play a little bit less fast? Or what happens when I do a crescendo here? No, I want to learn about phrasing for different styles, for different pieces, for different characteristics. And this gives the student the possibility to go on in the working process. So he gets the tools. Yeah, I think it's the best word for this, to get the tools to learn how phrasing is possible. What is phrasing at all? What is a logical rubato? What is a rubato? How it works. And even when we don't do a rubato, how can I form a phrase that sounds natural? What things are important? Today I work a lot with students to make them understand when you change dynamic, every change in tempo is much more audible and you feel it much stronger. So you have two things to balance. And then, depending to the style, to the piece, to the emotion, I try to give them different opportunities. Of course, we have to elaborate it. So I try to fix to one opinion first, to one idea, and want to make it on a high level. And I think it's a process. So in the end, I cannot give some advices for teaching in general, because I think it's impossible, because it's so special. But I know what is important for me and how I work.
Yeah, it's nice. Thank you for sharing that. It's very nice. Now I'm going to ask you a little bit hard question. It's like, what do you think about the music in the future? Do you think like what will happen? Because like now in the cello world, there's a lot of pop cellos, and like the cello is really it's really bursting out. There's so much cello everywhere. Like we have the two cellos, we have piano guys. Like cello is very popular right now.
That's true. Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna last, or what do you think?
For sure, the cello is a very flexible instrument. It can have different qualities, and it's in pop amazing. It can be in jazz amazing. It's in contemporary music. You have much more possibilities than on many other instruments. So of course, it's a fashion instrument now. I cannot tell what will happen in the future. This is a special instrument which has a very close character to the human voice.
Yeah.
And I think this relation always will make the people love the instrument.
Yeah.
So it's different than on other instruments. It's violin is more, not quicky, but doesn't have the same effect. When you play romantic music on a cello, it's completely different than on other instruments. Yeah. And I think these things will last, and the people, yeah.
Me too. I think it's just gonna burst. Everyone is gonna start playing cello because it's the best. We're not taking part. Okay. Well, now we have another question. I know that you play also different styles, like you told me now. You also you made a CD.
Yes.
It's called Feeling Good or
Good Luck. Good Luck with Franz Kugelmann and Mario Accardi.
Oh, okay.
And a few months ago, we recorded a new CD. Also with some quite well-known jazz musicians from the USA, from Italy, and with Peter Herbert, who is a very famous double bass player. And the interesting part of it is it was a mix of different styles, of different, also old music from all the pieces from Franz Kugelmann. And I think it was something very refreshing. It has some really special touch, and I hope the cut of the CD will be finished soon. And I still don't know the name of the CD, so I cannot tell you now. But
we can listen to Good Luck until the new one is released.
Yes.
And Good Luck, we can find it on Spotify and iTunes? Or?
I am not sure now, but I spoke with Mr. Kugelmann that we have to do something that the people really can listen to the CD. You can buy it, you can order it in internet, and I will speak
everywhere, or?
I have to check this. I don't know. I really don't know.
We will put it in the newsletter, this information.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thanks.
But I saw it on your webpage. You have a lot of information, so people can find information there.
That's for sure. Yeah, I will keep it updated. So if I have new information about this, then please, yeah.
Do you have Facebook also?
Not yet, no. I'm quite passionate.
But your webpage is, what is it? It's www.
Yes, www.attilapasztor.com.
Yeah, cool. So there we can find information. So now I'm going to give you the last question. Who is, I want you to give an advice to a person in the music school, and a person in the conservatorium, and a person who is a freelancer or like a professional musician.
Yeah.
So what do you have for a music school student?
How do you mean advice?
Like if you, like for example, if you were a music student now, what would you wish that you have done maybe that you didn't do when you were a music student? Like for me, example, I would have practiced more because I didn't practice when I was in the music school.
I also didn't like to practice when I was a child. Nobody wants to practice, and maybe the only reason why I get a musician was the possibility to play very early. I was 10 years old, 11 years old. In churches, in different events, in very funny combinations, so cello, trumpet, and I don't know, a viola, and very funny pieces, because this was giving me this feeling that music is life, because when you listen to music, okay, it's totally different, but when you actively are taking part in the life with music, so you are making people happy with what you are doing, it gives your playing a different sense. So I think every music school which supports playing, not only one time in orchestra, but has some projects with chamber music, with some events where the little kids can play together. Of course, they need some preparation from the teacher. But if there's anything like this, I would say it's a good music school. For a conservatory or university, I don't know. Practice is not everything. You need to practice, but in the end, you need some inspiration. And this inspiration can come from everything,
So maybe being open to other stuff.
To be open to other styles is very, very important, I think, I believe.
Go to concerts and...
Yes, but not only to classical music, to everything. I don't know, maybe metallic, I don't know, but to be really open to everything what is happening around us. Yeah,
that's good advice. And for a person who's a professional freelancer?
In Austria, they are mostly frustrated, the freelancers. No, maybe they're exaggerated now. No, maybe they're not frustrated, but I don't know. many people are looking for an ensemble to play in a group, yeah, in regularly, to play regularly. It's very hard because you need some concerts, yeah, to survive. The freelancers always are jumping in, are playing here, are playing there. Yeah. And of course, they are very flexible, and we have amazing freelancers in Austria. And I cannot give you any advice.
But maybe it's good to like find good people to work with.
Of this, for sure, yeah. But mostly, when you are good, you are looking for somebody with whom you can share your ideas, or who has the same ideas about music, about plans.
But I mean, you are a multi-talent. Like you're a composer also. You also studied law, so you really like covered all the fields. Like I would say that you are like really smart. You're also like musical entrepreneur a little bit. Like you know how to get a good deal. Like you want people to have a win-win with the strings, for example. You want to help musicians with having a good cello and be able to play. But on the same time, you want the company to develop, to make the best strings. So, and for that you need musicians to play them. So yeah, so I think that's really good. And of course I like the cello. Sounds good. Of course it's like the underlying egoistic thing, but I think it's as a musician we also need to learn more than just music. It's not only playing, it's also to play and get concerts and talk with people. And if you want to play in a concert, you should go to that concert place and look it out and listen to the music there. Maybe.
This for sure. You need to make the contacts, to go to the concerts, to be part of the music life. Yeah. This for sure is very important. And then you find your own community, because the community gives you also some, not only inspiration, it gives you some, and maybe energy, I don't, it's a wrong word, but they push you even, when you come closer, they will push you. You have this talent, you can do this, we can do this together. So this is necessary. We need some push from outside, some impulse from outside.
Yeah, that's a good advice. So we will see what happens, and we will wait for the CD and follow you on your webpage, and maybe there will be a Facebook page in the future. I don't know. We hope for it. But it's always nice to see what people do. I love to follow and see what the masters are doing. Like, I'm a follower, but it takes a lot of time, so I understand that people don't have time for it. I thank you so much and have a good evening.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna let you go to the concert now.
Yes, we have to hurry. That's right. Thank you so much.